Hello, my name is Elea Acheson, and I'm a storyteller. I write about life and death and what life is like at 10 miles per hour on a bicycle with 50 pounds of camping gear on it. I have bicycled thousands of miles over the last 6 years from my hometown in Seattle down the coast and over mountain ranges. I have not always done this. In 2003, I lived in Texas, and I had a little boy named Vazu. In the spring of 2004, I took Vazu on a playdate. I thought he would want to go down the slides with his friends, but instead, he grabbed my pinky and tugged me to the trail that circumnavigated the small city park. He approached every stranger one by one, touched their knee or hand, and gazed into their eyes. It was as if he were telling them, "I see you. I trust you." 6 months later, after his surgery but before his chemo and radiation, he learned to distrust strangers. But he still trusted me, watching me with his huge, dark blue eyes. Trust has always been difficult for me. And 5 years later, after Vazu died from his cancer, I was afraid to trust love again. The world overflowed with people who were not Vazu, and I was filled with emptiness that followed me into crowded rooms. So instead of seeking solace in the company of others, I chose a road of deliberate solitude. I sold almost everything I owned, and 42 days after Vazu died, I bicycled the Pacific Coast bike route. I cycled in the fall storms that struck the coast every few days, and I slept in empty campgrounds. I was surprised to discover that on that lonely road, I was not alone. Almost every day, I met others who also carried the burden of their dead and dying. They were able to join me in my longing and loss. They shared their own stories, and through our empathy with each other, I began to trust again. Sometimes my will to continue broke down. I just stopped. There was always someone there, some incredibly beautiful stranger to patch up my heart and get me back on the road. They were my pit crew, the people throughout my life who showed up when I had need and disappeared just as quickly. For the first time in my life, I saw that even when the world is full of fear, there is also plentiful kindness. I cycled the road for 2 months until I felt ready to try life again. 6 years later, I still stumble, often, but trust remains. In January, I chose to let trust lead my life for a while. I decided to leave the familiarity of my home in preference for unknown roads. This spring, I will begin a 12,000-mile bike tour from Portland to New York to Florida to San Diego and back to my hometown in Seattle. I will circumnavigate the U.S. the way Vazu circumnavigated that city park so many years ago. I will be practicing my new skills in trusting humanity and continuing Vazu's work to let people know they are seen. And I will be writing about my pit crew. It is a quest to find the many roads to kindness. I invite you to join me. Through my writing, I will tell the stories of kindness that connect us together and let us know we are not alone. This bicycle tour is going to test me, my knowledge, my stamina, and my faith in humankind. But in the end, it will transform me in ways I never imagined. Please consider supporting my ride through GoFundMe and through patreon.com. The links are below in the text, or you can find them at eleacheson.com or on Facebook at Elea Acheson Writer. For every $2 that you donate, you fund a mile of my ride. For every $80, you fund a day.